Everyone has a way of doing things. Dad's way of washing a car so it's just right, Uncle's way of tying a tie so it has that pop, or Mama B's way of making curry goat. It's a thing, y'all. Go with it. Well, I have a way too, maybe just not for food, cars, or fashion. So in this new series, I'll be sharing live streaming Kirk's way. I'm Kirk Nugent, your live video coach, and on this channel, I show you how to use live streaming to grow and engage an audience, funnel clients to your business, or establish yourself as a thought leader. And in today's video, we're gonna look at how I do live stream audio. Let's get into it. So first, I wanna show you that I use Loopback. Loopback is an integral part of my audio setup for my live streaming. I use Loopback for a number of reasons, a number of purposes. One of the main ones that I always get asked about is being able to bring audio in from different places and different sources and have them be heard in the live stream, not only being able to be heard by the audience, but also by my guest. And the way that I do that is by setting up two different microphones. So you see right here on the screen that I have the V mic for Ecamm, Ecamm being my streaming platform of choice. So this microphone, you'll see all the mics devices are set up on this side. This mic is set up for Ecamm. And so I can add different things to this microphone. If I go to sources, I can add different things to this microphone. Right now you see that Zoom is in here, but Zoom is turned off. I have the RodeCaster Pro. Of course, I need that because I have to include my mic. So I want my mic to also be heard in Ecamm as well. Then I also have Google Chrome, and that is how I'm able to bring in different other things that I'm doing, other things I might be showing on screen, especially if I'm showing a website. If it has some sound effects, I definitely want to bring in Google Chrome. You can control the audio level here. You also want to make sure that mute when capturing is unchecked. If you want to hear that sound yourself in the system, you're going to make sure that that is unchecked. That check mark is only for software applications, not for an actual hardware input device like the RodeCaster Pro. So you'll notice that when I click on options here, that check mark is not here, but it is there for Zoom, and I can also set the volume level. So that's my mic for Ecamm. I also have a mic for Zoom, and in that mic, instead of having Zoom, I have Ecamm. So I have Ecamm here in that mic, also have it unchecked, have that set to 100%. I also have my mic. So that's how I'm able to bring all the things that I'm doing in Ecamm into Zoom. And so this is a really great setup. Loopback is clutch when it comes onto live stream sound and organizing all of your things on your desktop. I have several Loopback tutorial videos, how to set up all your mics, how to do all the things. So I'll try to link to those in the description. This last mic that you see here is a pass-through mic. Sometimes I'll just take the audio straight from Ecamm and pipe it straight into another application like Restream or StreamYard. And I use this pass-through mic in order to do that. And what I do in order to show that is I go directly into Ecamm, select this pass-through mic as an output, which I'm going to show you right now. So here we are on my desktop looking at Ecamm, and I know there's a lot of things happening here, but what we're going to focus on right now is actually in the sound levels. You'll see I have the RodeCaster Pro selected. And so the RodeCaster Pro, again, as you'll see in a second, when we go to look at my physical setup, you'll see that the RodeCaster Pro is my primary mic. But if I'm in a scenario, like I mentioned earlier with Loopback, where I'm trying to navigate all the things, I can hit this and select one of these other mics that are here. I can select the V mic for Ecamm, which is probably the only one that I'll usually select, but I do see the other mics that are here as well. The other thing that I want to show you is up here at output, you have audio monitor, and usually I have this set to off. But as I mentioned a second ago with that pass-through mic, you'll see right here that pass-through mic is here, and that pass-through mic, if I select this, will receive everything coming out of Ecamm. Everything, my mic, all the sound effects, any videos that I play, I will put this here and it will send that out. And if I take that mic, the pass-through mic from Loopback, and put it in one of these other applications, then I have all my sound, all my audio in that application as well. Now, let's take a look at my hardware setup. So here we are looking at my microphone. It's the MV7X. The MV7X is an XLR microphone. And so it does not have USB capability, but it gives you that same rich sound. It's actually the mic I'm using right now. The MV7X is sitting on the Rode PSA-1 arm, and its XLR cable goes through the desk and to this device, which is the Cloud Lifter. You can see the XLR comes in one side, XLR goes out the other side. So we have two XLR cables here that are separated by the Cloud Lifter. And the Cloud Lifter gives me that extra, amp, gives me that extra sound, that extra gain that I need to be able to sound good. It comes into the RodeCaster Pro, into port 1 on the RodeCaster Pro, as you can see there. Now we're looking at a top-down shot of that. You can see the fader that I have for input 1, which is where I have my MV7X. And so here now we're looking at, I have it set up as dynamic for the microphone. Here we're looking at levels. I have it set to 35 with phantom power on. That's my gain. And then hit the wrong button there. We are going back to that same scene and we're going to audio processing. And here we have a couple of things. High pass filter is there. We also have noise gate. And I have some of those settings there. I'm just going to pause here a little bit for you to be able to see those. Nothing special here. The de-esser is there as well. Nothing special as well. I literally, the compressor is there. And then we have Apex. All of these are the settings that the RodeCaster Pro came with, and I've just been using them. The only tweak that I made, of course, is adding the Cloud Lifter and ensuring that some of these effects are turned on. So we go back to the home screen on that main screen on the RodeCaster Pro. You can see this fader controls the audio for my mic, and that mic is what I use to go into everything. RodeCaster Pro goes into all of my streaming platforms. I hear through the RodeCaster Pro, so that fader with the USB icon is how I control what I hear. I have my headphones plugged in, but right now I'm showing you some of the sound effects that is also available on the RodeCaster Pro. I had to load these in using that program, and if you want to see a video on how to do those kinds of things, let me know in the comments. We'll make sure to do a video specifically on the RodeCaster Pro and its sound effects. So that's what we do there. But in terms of monitoring it, this knob that I'm touching now also controls both the headphones that I have plugged into the front, which is the Ionic 40s, and it also controls the headphones I have plugged into the back, and that comes around the desk underneath in front of me. That's where I plug in my wired headphones that are almost invisible, right? So that's where I plug that in. And essentially that is my audio setup. I know, that's a lot. But here's a little perspective for you. If you own a smartphone, you have everything you need to do a live stream in the most basic way. And I always encourage coaching clients to start with what you have. Once you get a few reps under your belt and have a sense that this is something you want to do long term, it's time to make an investment. What investment do you make first, you ask? Great question, and my answer is audio. In fact, this might be my next t-shirt, making the sound investment. The old adage says, people will tolerate bad, shaky, out of focus video, but they will swipe up, log off, and check out for bad audio. If you're at a place to make the sound investment, then I hope what you saw in this video gave you some food for thought on how you can set up your live stream. Let me know in the comments what you think and what your live stream audio equipment list is. I'd like to see your way of doing live stream sound too. This is going to be a fun series, so be sure to subscribe to get notified when the next video is released. As always, it's your boy Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher, hoping that somewhere in the video today we got you a little closer to figuring out how it all works. And we'll see you in the next video.